Hello everyone, welcome to a new process video today. I am working on Vegas photos. These are from the Neon Museum, and I have a bit of a different style page protector happening here on the left side. This is one from close to my heart, and it's all horizontal 3x4s. And I wasn't sure what I would think of this style when I first saw it, but the more I've used it, the more I really like it. It allows me to get more horizontal photos in, but I don't necessarily have to showcase them as a 4x6, which I really like. So I have a bunch of those here, and as you can see, I have rounded the corners on these. This is not something I do very often, but because of the cards I picked out, this one came this way. It's part of a set from Rosie's studio, so if I wanted to use it, I didn't really have a choice unless I were to cut off the corners, put a background on it. I don't want to do that. So I have this here, so I thought, well, I'm going to round these and just see what I think of it. Do I like it? And then this one also comes from this same set, so it came rounded. I haven't done these yet because I'm just not sure that I want the whole thing to be that way. Part of me thinks, oh, it'll look weird if I don't round it all. And then part of me is like, I really don't care if these aren't all rounded. However, I do think the rounded look kind of goes because these are all retro signs, and that rounded corner makes me feel like it gives it a little bit more of a retro look. So the only problem I have is that if I do it over here, you will be able to see the corners of these photos peeking out. Sometimes that bothers me, sometimes it doesn't. I haven't decided how I feel yet. The ones on the other side of this, I also rounded because it goes with what came previously, so I was okay with that. It's more neon stuff, so it works. So I don't care about those, they match. It's this side that's the problem. All right, so I think before I round any of these photos, what I'm going to do is actually pick out this card. I don't have one for up here, and I'm not sure what I want. Definitely not purple. There's a lot of purple and like fuchsia happening here, so I don't want that. So I think it's either got to be like red and white or maybe black and white. Black and white might ground it a bit more, and then I can work in some white and black labels or something over here, some more generic stuff, which I kind of have a lot of, so that's easier to match maybe than some of these other colors. I'm also not sure what the heck I'm doing here. I'm hoping maybe I just have kind of a large embellishment or something that I can put right here, because I don't really need to journal. I've done journaling on pages before this, and then I will have some after this. So this one really doesn't need anything. If I find a card up here that has journaling space, hey, that's fine. If not, that's fine too. So I think I will go and look and see what I find. All right, I found a few cards here that I am considering for this side, and 3 of them are black and white. 2 of them have red in them. So I'm just gonna kind of lay them down and see what I think. I like this one because it's got a lot of white space, and there isn't a lot here, but I feel almost like it looks a little weird that I have this and there's no white over here. Now I could fix that obviously by adding a white and black embellishment or phrase or something, but without that there, I'm not sure. I like the sentiment, but I'm not sure. Then I have this one, which is still a nice mix. Now it does give me room to journal, or again, like here, I could maybe just stick a big embellishment in there, call it good. Then I have this one, and I actually like it because the black is heavier, that it gives it a nice outline. It feels very grounded. The only thing is I'm not sure I love it next to this. So I'd have to move things around, maybe, but I don't want this next to this. So it would require me to like either move these or, do something. And then these would still be next to each other. So that's the only thing that bothers me there, but I like the look of it. Otherwise, I love the font of it because I've got several different fonts happening here. Then I have this one, which is just red and white. I do like that. I like that I have some white space, but then there's a heavy block of red there, and it ties in the red in other places. There's a little bit showing here, a little bit here, but there's a lot of fuchsia too. And so I feel like having that pop of red helps balance a lot of this out. Now this one is interesting. I didn't expect to find it and or like it for this, but I'm thinking about it. This one has red and white and black, all of those, plus a pop of blue, and there is blue in here. However, the problem is what it says. Loving this, love it. This, no. Clearly this does not go. So I would have to cover that up with something in order to get this to work. I'm willing to consider it because I like the rest of this and I feel like it gives a good balance. It's a lot of white again, but again, I could work that in over here. So far, I think this is my favorite, and then maybe followed by this one. If it were you, which one would you do? Would you do the black and white? Or would you do red, white, black, blue? Let me know in the comments. I have decided to go with this one just because I love all the different colors. And I'm thinking when I cover this up, I could look for something fuchsia or this purple because I have those happening as well. So I'm going to go with this. The only way I'll switch out from is if I can't find something appropriate to cover that up. So if that happens, then I've kept these just in case I need to go back to them, but hopefully I'll find something. When I went looking for stuff to cover that up, I found some things that I might want to use. They're not big enough for that, but I still found them. And they're in this purple color, which I have a lot of, but I'm wondering if I layer it with stuff, can it work? Because I love the look of that. And I like these. This is even kind of a fuchsia color, so I'm able to work that in. So I'm keeping these over here in the event that I can find a spot for them. But I really didn't find much else that would be big enough to cover that I liked. So I think I'm just going to kind of cheat and do a blank label here. Find one that fits. This one looks like it might right here, like this kind of size. Oh, it says fun. I'd lose part of the G unless I did that, which I could do and cut it off. But I'll look through here and just see what I can find that matches and what I think looks good to cover up that spot. I think I'm going to get a little creative here. I tried putting some this way and I didn't like the way that it would sit either with these corners or around a corner. I just didn't like this. So I think what I'm actually going to do is take this one and do it like that. That way I don't really care if a little bit of this shows, but for some reason I like it better with the label going this way than the other way. I don't know why that is, but I'm not quite sure how it's going to look if I just like cut it off. Do I cut it so that it matches up with the line so everything is even? I'm not exactly sure, but I'm going to try it and just see how it goes. I decided to go with this. So I actually turned it around so that this would hang off the bottom. This would be even up here. It covered up those lines on the side. You see a little bit here, but that doesn't bother me. And it gives me enough space to put in a little heart or a star or something there, which I like. And I still have this half left. That's a huge chunk. So I will save that and use it for something else. While I was working on all of that off camera and looking for other things I could maybe build onto this card, I remembered I have this little thing. I pulled it for a previous layout thinking I might use it because it was yellow. Didn't use it. And then I realized I have yellow in here. Here, even the stars. I have one little bit over here and that's kind of it. So in order to bring that in, I'm wondering if I should use this over here. And it's hard to see, but it actually is perforated. So I'm thinking I'm going to cut it right there at that mark, save the other half, and I'll put this part right there. I found something to fill the space on this little tag. I had this little package here of rubber embellishments that are all hearts. I think they're from Felicity Jane, most of them. I'm not sure though, it's been a while. But I found that one. I love that it has little lines in it and it's black to bring in that because I had talked about wanting that. So I have that. That might be it for that card. I'm tempted to sprinkle it with a little gold mist because of the yellow here. I'm not certain about that, so I'm not doing it yet, but I'm thinking about it. I do want to say though, I see my little red line tape. The backing on it is right here, but that's appropriate because I have learned over time with rubber embellishments like that, it is best to use red line tape. I tried using liquid glue and they just slid all over. A glue dot will work, but sometimes it creates a ring after a couple months or years where there's an oil in it that interacts with the rubber and it spreads. So I don't want to do that. So I just choose to use red line tape. In my envelope of embellishments here that I had gathered for this album, I found this one. And I love this. It's red. It says this was truly magical, which is how I felt about it. I can add a rhinestone here for a little sparkle if I want, and it still gives me room to stamp something in there or put another embellishment in there, which is awesome. My desk is getting covered with lots of embellishments here. I have my rhinestones out. I chose to do a clear one here just because there's lots of color happening and I like just a little bit of clear shine, so I'm good with that. And then when I was going through my heart-shaped things to put the rest of those away, I happened to notice that in my bag of acrylic hearts, I have these. I have it in a larger size than this one. I feel like the small one is better suited there, but it brings in some more of that blue from over here to this side, which I really like. So I haven't glued that down yet, but I will. I decided over here to just take this tiny bit of a label I had kept and adhere it there because it's black and white to bring in some of that, so it doesn't need anything else. This side is done. Over here, in that same stack of embellishments, I found this. This is awesome. I'm going to actually layer it right there over that so it brings in more black again, and I love the way that it layers, so that's awesome. I think that might be it, but I'll adhere it and see how I feel. When I was putting all of this together into the pockets, I decided if I was going to do the retro look, I was going all the way. So I did decide to do the rounded corners on all of these. Yes, you can see the back photos peeking through, but oh well. If I decide I don't like it at some point, I can always reprint these, not a big deal, but for now, I'm liking it. And to make those, I have the old CM corner rounder punch that I've had, Creative Memories, by the way, that's what CM is. And I've had this, oh my God, 20 years, maybe, and still works great. I just sharpen it every now and then with some tin foil, but if you're looking for a good corner rounder, this is a great one. Otherwise, here's another one finished for Vegas. Thanks for watching.